At Vogue World 2025, celebrities wore 6 of the best and 4 of the worst outfits. A portion of Los Angeles was turned into a real world this weekend. Vogue became widespread. The fashion magazine hosted its 3rd annual Vogue World event on Sunday night, which features a celebrity-filled runway show and concert to raise funds for neighborhood organizations. The Entertainment Community Fund used the ticket revenues from this year's event, which centered around movies and fashion, to support costume artists impacted by the Los Angeles fires. As would be expected, some of Hollywood's biggest stars, such Viola Davis, showed up in gorgeous outfits that demonstrated their position as royalty in the worlds of film and fashion. Nevertheless, some people, such as Dakota Johnson, dressed in attire that was uninspiring. We saw the best and worst outfits here. Demi Lovato successfully combined traditional forms with daring fashion components. She wore a Ludovic de Saint-Cernin outfit that included a white lace shirt with frills and a matching skirt that reached her knees. The attire had a bridal color and delicate fabric, which gave it a feminine and elegant appearance, while its see-through nature exposed her black undergarments and gave it a daring edge. In addition to semi-sheer tights, Lovato sported heels with very sharp points. Some adjustments were necessary to Heidi Klum's attire, which was rather simple. Her Vivienne Westwood attire included a light, floral-printed, cream-colored dress with a flowing white jacket. The latter was crumpled and didn't complement the bright, white lingerie she wore underneath. A Vivienne Westwood handbag with a vibrant keychain, a patent leather belt, thick sunglasses, and large black heels completed Klum's ensemble. The darker items were overly harsh for the lighter ensemble. With her dazzling yellow dress, Maitreyi Ramakrishnan made a grand entrance. The majestic gown, created by Manish Malhotra for the Never Have I Ever performer, paid homage to both contemporary fashion and South Asian aesthetics. It had off-the-shoulder straps that led to a hood, a pleated skirt with big hips, and a defined bodice adorned with pearls and yellow stones. Her ensemble was complemented by a variety of gold jewelry and cream-colored pumps. Regrettably, Dakota Johnson's pink attire was unremarkable. Johnson is known for her bold fashion, which frequently features see-through materials and low necklines. Her pink Valentino dress at Vogue World failed to meet expectations, despite its attractiveness. The beauty of the halter dress was diminished by the black mesh panel underneath its beaded top. Additionally, the Materialist's actor's skirt was somewhat too long. With an old Hollywood vibe, Divine Joy Randolph brought the glitz. Randolph, who plays the lead in Only Murders in the Building, wore a Christian Siriano creation to Vogue World. It had a puffy gray skirt with a black polka dot pattern and a strapless top made of black velvet. Although the dress itself was stunning, her accessories elevated it to a whole new level. Her light brown bob haircut was covered by a round hat, diamond rings, transparent gloves, and black pumps. The eye-catching t-shirt and pants worn by Machine Gun Kelly did not draw attention. Jean-Paul Gaultier created his ensemble, which consisted of a $382 long-sleeved shirt with embellishments, 2 belts worn at the waist, and loose-fitting plum-colored pants. Featuring a portrait of a woman's face and a tartan print. The artist wore his signature pearl jewelry and a thick pair of Dr. Martens boots to complete the look. The outfit was somewhat basic and didn't leave a lasting impression, but it was still consistent with his overall style. Tracee Ellis Ross wore a striking attire that resembled a costume. The tan trench coat, which she wore as a dress, and the enormous crystal necklace were both enjoyable and looked stunning on the actress as part of her Givenchy ensemble. Regrettably, she also sported a thick, blonde wig with fringe-covered sandals, which drew attention away from her attire and gave it a theatrical appearance. Barbara Palvin's ensemble was a perfect fit for Dylan Sprouse. The actor wore a classic black suit and heeled dress shoes to the Vogue function. But he also accessorized his lapel with a silver brooch that went with the pearlescent hue of his wife's outfit. A dazzling little dress with a corseted bodice and bubbled skirt was worn by Palvin. Her attire also included princess-like curls, split-toe heels, and pearl accessories. At the occasion, Viola Davis was one of the most radiant celebrities. The award-winning performer wore a yellow halter dress covered with hundreds of Swarovski crystals. Davis's inner glow was brought out by the jewelry company's couture style. She accessorized beautifully with gold heels, a striking cuff bracelet, and necklaces that complemented the straps of her dress. Vogue World, Hollywood, a lively party celebrating the enduring romance between film and fashion, had it all: lights, cameras, unforgettable unique film costumes, and both fresh and bespoke. A dance break, a slew of famous people, designer appearances, and nods to 50 legendary Hollywood figures and characters from the past, as well as unique performances by Gracie Abrams and Doja Cat. People like Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, Hailey Bieber, Gwyneth Paltrow, Dakota Johnson, and Karol G were among those who came to the concert as guests, and it really was something you had to witness to believe. But many A-list actors and artists also walked the Paramount Studios runway themselves. Fortunately for those attending Vogue World 2025, Hollywood royalty was present in full force, including Gracie Abrams. From her 2024 album, the singer-songwriter performed a medley of her own song That's So True and Carole King's 1971 smash I Feel the Earth Move. The Secret of Us, the album from the Sunday night ceremony. For the occasion, Abrams wore a burgundy ensemble from Chanel's Spring 2026 line that was adorned with flowers. The renowned Matthew Blasey, the new creative director of the house, made his debut with this collection. Since the terrible fires that struck this year, Abrams, a native Angelino, has frequently advocated for her community, saying to the audience at the Fire Aid benefit concert in January, Although I spent my childhood in the Palisades, I have a soft spot for everyone in my community. All the firefighters who risk their lives to keep us all safe are really amazing and appreciated. With a focus on helping costume designers who were affected by the fires, the proceeds from Vogue World, Hollywood will fortunately go to the Entertainment Community Fund, which is a truly heartwarming act. Vogue World 2025, Hollywood is launched by Kendall Jenner in a Moulin Rouge getup. The fusion of fashion and movies was the focus of tonight's Vogue World 2025 Hollywood presentation at Paramount Studios. Why wouldn't one of the opening? Does the top model in the picture resemble an iconic movie appearance? At Vogue World 2025, Teyana Taylor and Denai Gurira bring back legendary Black Panther ensembles. In Los Angeles, the Vogue World 2025 Hollywood show included a number of celebrity cameos, both in the front rows and throughout the performance. Teyana Taylor, who will soon appear in Ryan Murphy's highly anticipated new series, All's Fair, and Dana Gurira are two stars who unexpectedly walked the runway. At Vogue World 2025, Nicole Kidman gives a stunning tribute to Rita Hayworth in a unique Chanel outfit. Action, camera, lights. The Paramount Pictures studio lot hosted the spectacular Vogue World Hollywood runway show, which aimed to honor the history and present of Tinseltown. It was only appropriate that the first celebrity to walk the show was a real Hollywood star. Nicole Kidman, the award-winning actress and Vogue's October cover star, started things out by performing Put the Blame on Mame, a timeless tune, behind the scenes. In the iconic 1946 noir Gilda, Rita Hayworth played the title role of the femme fatale. The performance, which was filmed in black and white, featured vintage studio lights and supporting dancers in tuxedos. Doja Cat gave a live performance at the Vogue World 2025 Hollywood event tonight. The Vogue World runway served as the venue for the artist to perform a new version of her smash single, Gorgeous. During the finale, her new album, Vi, was just released last month. To accomplish this, she adopted a stunning appearance. The chainmail dress that Doja wore was modeled after the one that Tina Turner wore in 1985. Norma Morrisseau's costume design for the science fiction movie Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Although Vogue World Hollywood was primarily focused on the movies, it also featured some very amazing musical talent. In addition to Doja Cat and Gracie Abrams, who both gave spectacular performances on the Paramount Studios runway, the roster featured cameos from people like Conan Gray, sporting an original costume from last year's Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown, Maria Zardoya, and the 20-year-old pop sensation Somber. The musician, whose birth name was Shane Michael Booz, took a break from touring his debut studio album, I Barely Know Her, to rush the Vogue World runway on. Dressed in Gucci's slim trousers, a patterned waistcoat, and a shimmering gold jacket on Sunday. His appearance occurred during the Summer of Love segment of the program, which was a fantasy of 1960s and 1970s inspired textures and shapes. He was sporting chrome hearts and walked next to model Yasmin Wijnaldum. In September, he almost single-handedly brought the 2025 VMAs to a halt with an exhilarating medley of his songs, Back, Back, and Back, as he told Vogue. In 12 to 12 and to Friends, Somber discussed how much enjoyment he has had in living out his wildest dreams of being a rock star. I remember a year and a half ago, when I was really depressed about where I was in my career, he stated. And even then, I was still so fortunate to be able to devote myself completely to it and perform. However, I produced a video at the moment in which I was merely expressing my hopes for the future. And it's insane to look at that movie now, because the version of me in that film, if he knew I was anywhere close, would have freaked out. He would go insane at where I am right now. Here. The worst dressed at Vogue World included Miley Cyrus's 80s leather look and Heidi Klum's almost nude bridal attire, all of which would be considered unstylish by the fashion Bible. It was promoted as a one-of-a-kind one-night-only chance to blend runway high fashion with the glitz and drama of the biggest and brightest stars in the world. However, despite the efforts of A-listers to dress to impress, the Vogue World Hollywood event featured more fashion blunders than triumphs backstage. One of the oldest in the world, the Paramount Pictures studio lot in Los Angeles, where Sunset Boulevard, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and Indiana were filmed, hosted the event. The program should have been the ideal venue for Hollywood glitz, but instead, it featured Jones. Despite a promising beginning with Kendall Jenner, in Nicole Kidman's famous Moulin Rouge outfit, turning into a complete showgirl on the runway, celebrities like Heidi Klum, Miley Cyrus, and Demi Lovato's attempts failed. In a barely clad bridal-inspired outfit, flashing her underwear in a translucent Vivienne Westwood dress, 52-year-old model Heidi, who is never one to choose a subtle ensemble, drew attention. Her white lacy bra and 80s-style Brazilian pants from Intimissimi were visible despite the fact that she had covered it with a white jacket to protect her modesty. That stole the show and served as a reminder to anyone who may have forgotten that she is a brand ambassador for the Italian lingerie business. Meanwhile, Demi Lovato also jumped on board with the naked dressing trend, sporting a white lacy dress with frills over a black bra and briefs. Sadly reminiscent of a net curtain. Although Miley Cyrus was more covered up, she appeared to have come from the 1980s in her white shirt, leather trench coat, and matching peaked cap. Heidi and Demi weren't the only ones who chose a very minimalist appearance. Jacob Rott, a model, wore a strange combination of a tie, shirt, and smart blazer, along with his white underpants on full show. Taraji P. Henson, who won a Golden Globe Award, also went for a bare-legged appearance, which is another unlikely candidate for the Fashion Bible's prestigious pages. Additionally, the 32-year-old Canadian actress Inanna Sarkis took a chance by opting for a full nude look, with see-through fabric revealing her breast. Wearing a stunning strapless gold Vivienne Westwood dress, 28-year-old singer Camila Cabello made a spectacular entrance. The ensemble included a gold corset top and a glittering metallic skirt. Afterwards, she posted on Instagram, exclaiming, "Repeat after me, I will wear my red heels and I will have a cute time." The Havana singer's big skirt was, without a doubt, appealing, but maybe not for the right reasons. Beneath her, the gleaming, slit-adorned fabric was ugly and puffy, overpowering finer elements like a jeweled top and a white Prada purse. Jennifer Hudson, 44, who chose a striking floral print dress with gold buttons in black and white, was one of the other stars whose oversized accessories overshadowed them. Accompanied by a coordinating jacket that gave the impression of a cape. Similarly, Winnie Harlow's fluffy white jacket took attention away from her see-through cream bodysuit and skirt. The gorgeous one-shoulder copper dress worn by Halle Bailey, who played the Little Mermaid, was overshadowed by a distracting array of ribbons. 2.5 years ago, the the Vogue World show made its debut in New York before traveling to Paris and back to the United States. Its subject was a tribute to the rich conversation between film and fashion through runway presentations that drew inspiration from film history. At a press conference in March, former Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour stated, "Vogue World, Hollywood will be a one-night-only show with a huge cast. Placing amazing movie costumes alongside stunning fashion lines, featuring models and performers. Through a combination of fashion, the arts, and culture in the heart of a city, and through fundraising for a cause, Vogue the Globe has transformed into a rally cry for a runway show, which aims to capture the interest of a large international audience, increase awareness, and raise in an unmistakable tone of optimism, innovation, and hope." All of the money raised this year from ticket sales will be donated to the Entertainment Community Fund, which is dedicated to helping costume industry workers affected by the LA wildfires. Additionally, there was a particular homage to Diane Keaton and her role in the 1977 film Annie Hall. After a productive career in the industry lasting for decades, Keaton died at the age of 79 earlier this month on October 11th. One of Keaton's famous ensembles from Annie Hall was worn by a model who exited to the light after sunset. Later that evening, musical performers like Gracie Abrams and Doja Cat, who wore a unique chainmail outfit captivated the audience. According to Vogue, her shoulders were adorned with dramatic embellishments. In particular, Tina Turner's attire from the 1985 movie Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome served as the inspiration for the appearance. As she performed her song Gorgeous, which is included on her new album Vi, the singer chose platinum blonde hair. The most daringly bare dresses from Vogue World 2025. There were lots of sheer dresses. On October 26, Vogue World 2025, one of the most enjoyable evenings in the fashion industry, took place, and our favorite celebrities served us some genuinely iconic looks, not to mention bare gowns as far as the eye could see. I'm referring to incredibly sheer material, thigh-high slits, bold cutouts, and a few dresses that blended all three to produce the exciting illusion of nudity. The outcome is a plethora of dazzling, head-turning appearances on the red carpet and the runway, all of which are destined to make Vogue World history. In case you need some context, Vogue World is a yearly, once-a-year event that started in 2022 and features a combination of models and Hollywood celebrities walking the runway. With this year's show including performances from Doja Cat and Gracie Abrams, among others, it's a combination of a runway show, a concert, and a fundraiser. A surprise musical performance by Nicole Kidman. And the appearance? They never let you down. The sexiest, most daring, and barest outfits from Vogue World 2025 are available for your enjoyment below.